Ladies and gentlemen, a big welcome to a SOMA Breath event. My name is Jason Mark Campbell. I'll be the host, your MC for today. And first off, I want to just do a gut check of who's in the room. So everybody who has their camera on, you can show me your fingers. Just double hand, double fingers. Fantastic, fantastic. We started right on time. And I want you to use the chat. Now that I know you have fingers, type in the chat, me, if you're one of the people that love starting on time when you sign up for something. So then I know that we are with very organized people. You could say not me if you're somebody that usually has a flexible hour that you show up for things. That's okay. And then I will conclude with this little call out with a little bit of an apology. I do know that I think one of our pages might have suggested that this event started at a little different time. But if you're here and you are live, we're glad that you are here. If you're watching the replay because you might have misinterpreted when was the start time in your time zone, I do apologize, but know that you're going to be going through an incredible session as a replay. And for those who are live, we'll get to do some interaction. And thank you, thank you, thank you. As I've mentioned, my name is Jason. I will be your MC, your host, and we're going to have an incredible event today talking about burnout to purpose. And before we get into the topic, I do want to make sure that the focus of the conversation is about you. And speaking of you, I want to make sure to see where you guys are tuning in from. So I have this lovely map and I want to see where my global SOMIs are tuning in from right now. So just type in city, country, continent, whatever specificity, maybe not an exact address. That'll be a little creepy, but we want to go maybe general and we'll get to see some direction as to where people are tuning in from. I usually see a lot of people from the Americas, North and South. The Europe is populating there. We think we got our first Brazil there. We got somebody out in Hawaii. Good to see you. Mexico tuning in, or maybe like Nicaragua. I'm seeing some Chicago, New York, Canada, maybe in the Midwest. Is that Denver, Colorado, some California? India tuning in. Good to see people out in Asia, maybe late in the day. We got some Europe. I'm going all the way west to east. So the UK, we got Portugal, France. I believe that might be, oh, that looks like the Netherlands, maybe out in Romania, Bulgaria area. I might have maybe a little more in the center, maybe Austria there. That's awesome. I'm seeing Florida getting to. Is that Newfoundland? We got somebody out here in Newfoundland, which myself being a Canadian know exactly where Newfoundland is. And if I just zoom in on the map here, I do know I got a lot of people in the UK. Let's see all the Londoners there. See, we got a couple people out in London. Who was at the event we had in London? See, last weekend we had an event called Well Energy, which Soma Breath played a huge part. We had a ton of our instructors there. We had, I believe, 4 instructors doing sessions on a day. We had a breath rave. And by the way, for those who don't know, breath rave is when, when you go to a large concert, those festivals, and there's like a DJ playing, but in a conscious community with no substances and everybody using the breath to dance, to connect, to bond in a magical space. And so that happened. And that's amongst a lot of the cool things happening here at Soma Breath. So glad to see we have an international audience here. And speaking of getting in touch with who is here, I do know that there's a lot of regulars here. I think there's a few instructors, maybe some regular breathers, but there's also some of you who are completely new to Soma Breath. If you are completely new to Soma Breath and you decided to join this event, just type in 1 and I'll know you're new to Soma Breath. If you're someone that breathes regularly, joined us in previous Breathe Together Sundays, you can type in 2. Or if you're already an instructor or you're becoming one, let us know with 3. And my God, it does warm my heart to know that there's so many of you who are brand new to this. Welcome. We're hoping you're going to be having an incredible time. If it is your first, get ready. We're going to be doing some breathing today. We're actually going to be taking you on a deep journey. I'll be introducing Niraj, founder of Soma Breath, who's going to teach you some of the science here for what's going on. why is this world feeling burnt out? And what can we do about it if we're looking to align our life with purpose? And for all the instructors that are here, big shout out to you, our SOMIs that are out there creating more SOMIs, inspiring others, being able to create breath sessions for everyone who are looking to use their natural bodies to heal, to have a crazy experience, and all of that. And I want to say one thing is by the end of the session today, I will be giving a chance for those who are interested in becoming instructors. I'll be speaking more about an incredible summer sale that will be running for the next few weeks, giving you the details of what does it look like if this is a path that you want to go in. But we'll talk about that much later. For now, we're going to get a chance to connect, speak, and learn when it comes to what we're trying to achieve here, which would be the question I would throw to you. If you're all here right now, I'm going to bring the text on the screen and ask you. You had a lot of different things you could choose to do for the next few hours, but you chose to come and be with us. We honor your time and we're excited to be able to share with you some of the science and get you to have a powerful experience, especially if you're somebody who is feeling that level of burnout. Maybe you're tired, lacking direction. And as the years go, a lot of people are going and questioning, what career am I in? Why am I doing this? The world seems to be changing a lot. We're seeing people that have had a long-standing career with an organization suddenly get replaced with AI, and you're wondering what's going on, what's happening with me. And so, my question to you is what made you decide to come and join us today? Type in the chat what is an honest statement of why you came to join us. And I know for some of you, maybe you're looking to just participate in a live Soma Breath event. I understand, but for those who are, hey, I'm looking to learn something. I'm trying to solve something. Take a moment to share, and I want to have a look at what is some of the comments coming through here. So I see here, I would like to learn more about this for myself and my clients. Kristen, you're going to learn a lot of the cool science, but you're also going to have a deep experience that I know is going to be something perhaps you want to bring over to your clients. Learn to connect with the breath more, release some trauma. Pierrette, you're going to be taken through a deep journey. So I do think you're going to get a chance to do that. Enhance my purpose. MD, that's going to be exactly some of the intent that you're going to get when we go through the breath session. So I'm glad you're here. Expansious. I'm feeling breathless and I want to manage it better. We're going to get you to do this breathing exercise. It's going to be powerful. To experience more breath, fantastic. Feel lost in the last 4 years. I'm so sorry to hear this, Ian. Losing a daughter, I can't imagine what you must be going through. My condolences on that. But it sounds like you're trying to find a path and you're going to find yourself really embracing the breath journey here. Want to start again with some time now. And today someone told me about this and I thought this was going to be my new start. Fantastic, Monica. This is a great way to anchor a fresh start. And honestly, to do it with the breath is a powerful thing. Now, interestingly enough, when we spoke about when we were going to do this session, we had a bit of an agenda introducing a bit of the session. We're going to go through the breath work. We're going to explain the science, but we also have an instructor that is here with us that I asked her to come and join us towards the end of the session to be able to kind of share her journey as to being in a state of maybe quite burnt out, maybe feeling that lack of purpose, and has made a life transformation herself. And I actually need to bring her on first because she's actually going to be leading a group and a breathwork session in a few moments. So we just have a few moments with her. So I wanted her to come here so you can hear from somebody who might have went down a path that you are looking to go down yourself. So Lisa, it's a pleasure to introduce you. I know you're one of our Soma Breath instructors, recently transformational coach. I think you just passed your top license. So congratulations on that. And you're busy. What's happening in 30 minutes?
Yes, so I have a breathwork class that I host every Thursday here in Dubai at 6:30, which is my now new full-time career, which is very exciting. And a little bit of background about me, for those who are here on the call, some of you may know me, but for those who are new, I was in the corporate world. I was working in a senior leadership position in Dubai from the age of 26, so young hustler. I'm in my 30s now, but I hustled my way to the top really young, but that came at a detriment to my body and my mind, and I developed many autoimmune conditions. So I had insomnia, I had IBS, I had PCOS, and my body was just breaking. And I noticed a pattern, like when I would be off work, my symptoms would be less intense, and definitely I noticed that during COVID as well when working from home. And I remember about 2 years ago just feeling like I was in this black hole and that there was like no way out. I knew my career was not aligned with me as a person. I knew it wasn't what I wanted to do. It was never what I wanted to do. When I think back to 17-year-old me, I wanted to be a radio DJ or an artist, and I yeah, didn't go down that route. I followed the society norms and what we're supposed to do and go get the good degree and the masters and work your way up, but it didn't align with me, and that showed in my body, my health. And yeah, then I just had this nudge to study breathwork. So I remember searching into different types of breathwork, and when I stumbled across SOMA Breath, I did a 3-week course with them. And at the end of the 3 weeks, I was dumbfounded. I could not believe it. Like, my insomnia was gone, my IBS was gone, my PCOS was gone. I was so gobsmacked. I couldn't believe the power that the breath has, that I knew that I had to study this inside out and bring it to the world, to more people, so that more people could heal their body, their mind, elevate their state, and basically live their best life. So I did a deep dive. I found SOMA Breath, I suppose, a year and a few months ago. I started my training on March 1st in 2025, and I made it my goal. I said, right, 1 year from now, I am going to be in a position where I can quit my job and feel financially stable and ready to be able to continue this as my full-time career. And 1 year later, March 6th was my last day in my company, and I've been going with this now full-time for the last few months. And as I mentioned, I'm based in Dubai, so if you all recall, March was quite a difficult month here for us, but you know, we stuck through it. I put my head down, I used that time to study, and that's when I studied my transformational coaching. And April, May and June have been absolutely fantastic, helping so many people transform their lives through the breath, and I'm just really enjoying the process. So I would highly recommend this to anyone who is thinking, you know, they're ready for a change, they want to help people and they're not really sure how. The breath, I'd studied other modalities before the breath, but SOMA Breath tops all. And I really remember as well, when I was studying, each day, even though I was working in a job I didn't enjoy, I would wake up excited to get home from work to study. And then excited for the weekend to have my classes, to meet new clients, to make my Instagram. So although, of course, starting your own business, there's ups and there's downs, but it's like a game, it's like a challenge. I really enjoy it. You're learning something new constantly, and now I don't wake up with dread. I wake up excited for life every day, and in true SOMA spirit, I wake up feeling like I love my life. So yeah, that's a little bit about me, and I'm happy to share that with you guys and hopefully inspire some of you who are thinking about taking this leap. Because going through burnout multiple times in your life, like I did, due to your career, just isn't sustainable for our body or mind. So, you know, choosing something that's aligned with you and your purpose will really make a difference.
By the way, all I asked for Lisa was to just introduce herself, and I didn't ask you to say anything. But the passion you have from what you went through is what we see from people over and over again. And so thank you so much for the share. By the way, it's a great moment to teach you all how to use the react button. So on Zoom, you'll see there's a button that says react. You can send hearts, you can send claps, you can react exactly how you want to react. So I think that's a beautiful thing. Thank you for sharing. And I was going to ask you one more thing, because now you guide a lot of sessions, and I don't know if you saw the poll at the beginning. There's a lot of people who are going to be breathing with us the first time. We are going to give them the proper brief, but what's a fun tip you would give to somebody who's about to go through their first breath journey with SOMA?
Oh, enjoy the process. Just let your body go, relax, and don't worry. You know, some people sometimes get a little bit nervous when holding the breath and the breath hold, but you're safe and you're going to enter the most blissful, happy, relaxed, euphoric state. So let it go, hold your breath, and embrace the moment. Oh, you're muted.
I'm going to do a little something since people were asking, and I did put a link to your Instagram. So for anybody who wants to follow Lisa's journey, you are going to Dubai and you want to have a great breathwork session. She is one of our instructors out in Dubai. Thank you for the sessions that you host, and thank you for taking some time. I know you're starting your class very soon, and you're going to get a chance to
No,
prep
it's
for
a
that.
pleasure.
And we
Thank you.
really
It's a pleasure. Oh, sorry.
we no, it's okay. We're just I was just going to say thank you for just taking the time coming to share. It's really inspiring the journey you had, and like was mentioned in the chat, what you've done as a journey is inspiring a lot of others. So keep doing this stuff, and we love supporting you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And guys, if anyone has any questions, if you're in the process of studying Soma Breath, reach out on Instagram. I'm more than happy to share my journey, share any experience. And for anyone who wants to work online, I also do online sessions too. So my Instagram's Breathe with Lisa Dubai. Much love.
Take care. Have a great session. And once
Thank
again,
you.
so grateful for Lisa to come and share. As we mentioned, we want her to come and share the story, but she has her class to prepare, so we'll let her go prepare for that. Instagram has been shared. And I think that kind of lays the foundation of what will be possible. Now, for some of you, you're here for the breath. For some of you are looking to make that change in career and a leap. And whatever it is that you're trying to achieve in the next few hours, you're going to get a chance to have a powerful breath experience. We're going to dive a little more into the science, and we're going to have fun doing it, because one thing we say here at Soma Breath is as you're going through the healing process, there's no reason you can't have fun doing it. And doing these breathing techniques are extremely effective and a lot of fun too. So with that being said, are you ready to get started for today's session? We have the one and only Niraj Naik, the creator of Soma Breath methodology, a man who has went through his own journey that you're going to learn more about today. And we're going to dive more into the science and the reality of what's going on in the world right now. Why is it that so many of us are finding ourselves off the track, following a path that's not even ours? And what can we do to find that alignment, find that passion, and the options that are available for us as well? So please, join me in using that react button to give a warm welcome to Niraj Naik, who's going to be joining us and presenting for today's session. Niraj, the floor is yours, my friend.
Thank you very much, Jason. And thank you so much, Lisa, for chipping in there. That was really kind of you to say those words. And I've seen your growth firsthand because I was in Dubai with you, and it's been amazing to see you still in the flow and actually going back into a war zone when you could be choosing comfort zone instead. So I'm very, very impressed with that as well. And, I hope everyone's safe and well over there, and things keep going. Because the cool thing with Lisa is that she puts herself into challenges, right? And I think she'd only do that level of kind of risk taking if she truly believed in what she does and is in absolute alignment. So hats off to you. So respect, well done. All right, so let's begin with this topic, which is very dear to my heart, actually. It's very, very close to my heart, because I'm somebody who found purpose after going through a severe burnout, and I don't wish what happened to me to happen to anyone, but I will say that sometimes these really tough situations are the thing that make you, right? It can break you, but it's often the thing that actually makes you, right? And if you look at a lot of success stories, almost everyone from Tony Robbins to even Joe Dispenza to all these, incredible teachers and like people like Wim Hof as well, good friend of mine, all these people, they went through a serious burnout type situation, or a situation that broke them, right? That then made them. And it's quite a common story. So if you're actually somebody who's going through a tough time right now, you're actually lucky. You've got an opportunity, right? That not everyone gets, because a lot of people choose comfort zones, right? They don't go to war zones. They choose comfort, right? Over what could be chaos, okay? And that's like, okay. It's totally, totally okay, right? But if you're always in a comfortable situation in your life and there's no challenges, okay? The problem is that you stop growing. It's much harder to grow if you're never challenged. And it's those challenges that makes you really look deep within and really understand what needs to change in myself. Okay, and it's often like only in these challenging situations as well that people find things like God or a higher power or start believing something beyond themselves, because they're at a point where that's the only last hope that they've got is their prayers, right? That was me. That was my situation. Okay, my only last hope left was the prayers that I sent to the Almighty or wherever it is. You know, I don't have this idea of God as some kind of big fathery figure with a big beard. That's not what I believe, but I believe there is something higher beyond us. And often people in these burnout situations is when they find a spiritual meaning to their life, because something pulls them out of it. Some mysterious force seems to pull them out of it. It's very common. Like, I've listened to a lot of stories from amazing people in the world who've made amazing like companies and have like, you know, moved thousands, millions of people around the world. And they all have this common like idea of a higher power guiding them, right? That they discovered in their darkest, toughest times. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk a bit about what is burnout, what is the mechanics of burnout, why do people burn out, and what does it really mean, okay? And I think you're going to get quite a lot of insight just from understanding the science behind burnout and how we turn it around and what your breath has got to do with it. But we're also going to talk about the other side of it, like what pulls us out of burnout, what are the tools that we can arm ourselves with that gets us out of it, and what is this almighty higher power force that seems to pull so many people out of very tough situations. All right, so we're going to get stuck into it, but we're also going to experience probably one of the most powerful, most potent SOMA Breath journeys I've produced. We usually only give it to people to do who are like on the verge of choosing to become SOMA Breath instructors. And it's often the one thing that makes people go, oh my God, I've got to share this with the world. It was so powerful. So you're all going to actually experience that. All right. I don't do it very often, but we're going to do this live, and it's almost an hour long. All right. So you need to carve out some time for yourself. Okay. So let's get straight into it. So let me just tell you a bit of my own story, because I think the best way to understand this is just through my own story, which is one of several times in my life experiencing a burnout situation, right? Where like I had no hope in, you know, I thought that was it, like it was game over. So something kept pulling me out of it, otherwise I wouldn't be here, right? I wouldn't be here doing this call right now. So let's just go back in time. So I actually, when I was 19 years old, I was an entrepreneur. And I was always a little bit different to everyone else around me. I wasn't like a typical kind of teenager. Firstly, I rarely followed the rules. I was quite a troublemaker at school. I never paid much attention to what my parents said. But I did do one thing. I did appease them by becoming a pharmacist, right? To study at university. Because there's a few things, if you're an Indian, like the son of an immigrant Indian family, there's a few rules that you must follow. Otherwise you'd get like, you know, like things thrown at you, right? You get thrown out of the house, you get disowned, and that is education at all costs. Because my parents, they came to the UK with nothing, and they all had to survive somehow. They had to figure it out, right? With no money. They had to study really hard and often do things that they don't really want to do, right? To survive. Like my dad didn't want to have this career that he had, a corporate high flying career. That's not him. He wanted to be an actor. He was obsessed with Bollywood movies, and he was very handsome, and he probably could have gone down that road or at least something in the movie business if he stuck at it, but he couldn't. He had to fend for me and my whole family, right? So they worked really hard, and for them, security is everything. Okay, have a safe, secure profession. So they were like, you must, at least, you can do anything in your life, but just please get a degree in something that's safe and secure. So first I was thinking about being a doctor. And then I was like, no, that's just too much hard work, and I can't imagine doing that. And then the other option was be a dentist, because my uncle's a dentist. I was like, no way can I stare down people's mouths all day long. So the next best thing after that was be a pharmacist, right? I had no idea what pharmacists did or anything. Didn't really pay much attention, but I went and did the degree. But my big passion was actually with music. And as an entrepreneur at heart, I realized that the way to get gigs, to get recognized in this music scene, was supporting your own events. So I quickly went from running like 300 people events to 2,000 people raves every month for the next 3 years while I was at uni. And also at university, I created a dance music society that ran for 14 years after I was there, which put raves on at the university and empowered DJs. And actually a few famous DJs in the world today actually came from that community, which is really cool. I felt like I left a bit of a legacy there. But the lifestyle, right, is pretty hedonistic. You drink a lot, you party a lot, you take a lot of drugs, you don't sleep. And so I was mental, I was crazy, right? I was out every night, I was at every party, I was everywhere. And somehow I still survived. I have no idea how I'm still alive today, but I'm still alive. But I tell you what, it burns you out eventually. That level of abuse that people subject themselves to at that age is not sustainable. But what I've realized is that some people stop doing that, but a lot of others, and I know some of my old friends from school who still maintain somewhat, maybe a little bit toned down, but somewhat of a self-destructive lifestyle, where they'll drink copious amounts of beers every night. And the weekends, forget it. They're just relentless, right? I see the hangover pictures that they throw into the Facebook groups that we stay in touch with. So the lifestyle, I'm talking a lot about UK right now, right? That's where I'm from. Is not a sustainable lifestyle, right? Especially if you add in the next factor to it, doing a job you don't want to do, right? So I had this amazing business. I was running these amazing events. Then I lost everything, and I had to now fall back on my degree, right, and become a pharmacist. And when I was studying, my mum was like, "Beta, you don't be DJ, you be pharmacist. You study hard, go Cambridge University." So anyway, I didn't do all that, but I still got the degree. And then when I became a pharmacist, that voice in my head, from my mum, that was trauma at that time, came back even louder. And now it was like, "I told you so, told you. You listen to your mum and dad." And so now I'm doing this job I really don't want to do, right? So what do you do when you do a job you don't want to do? Well, you have these emotions come up, right? These emotions that are very painful. It's like regret. It's emotions like guilt, shame, right? Because I had this huge thing and I'm suddenly doing a job I don't want to do. And a lot of it's like self-hate. And there's this emotion of self-hate that a lot of people, I think, just don't want to admit that they have. Okay, and that's what leads to self-destruction. Because the more I've gone into this world, the more I've studied from some of the top masters of things like breathwork. And there's this one particular guy, Leonard Orr, who's very famous in the world of breathwork, who created the rebirthing movement. Well, he talks about the humans have a death urge. Right? We have this inbuilt kind of inclination towards self-destruction because we have this urge for death, because being alive is stressful. It's intense. And when you're in the womb, it's peaceful. And now suddenly you're born and you're have to deal with life. But we have this inner innate death urge that we don't want to admit. that we have, but we have it. And in some people it's really intense. Okay, so when life gets more painful than you really deserve, people reach for stuff when they're really low vibe to lift them up a bit, to get a bit higher. Okay, so for some people like myself, that was taking all my bad habits from my rave days. It was like alcohol, cocaine, not sleeping, partying relentlessly, sex, all of it, right? So every weekend I would just get completely out of my mind. And I remember this one weekend, it was a Monday morning now, and I woke up in the middle of London in my car, stinking of booze, and I had no idea how I got there. And like at that point I was like, oh my God, like this has gone too far. This has gone too far. Right? So that was a kind of a wake-up call. But then I slowly went into a bit of a depression. I didn't want to go out getting wasted all the time. I wanted to do something meaningful, but I didn't know what to do. I had no idea what other options are. All I knew was the music industry, and I tried so many attempts to break through with my job through the music industry that the failures became really painful. The not quite making it, right? The spending hours in the studio to get rejected was just hurting me even more. And so I went into a bit of a depression, okay? And I had no other way to raise my vibe. I didn't know anything. I didn't have any tools. I didn't have resources. So one day, a friend of mine, who also was going through a similar sort of stress, he chose to be a doctor, so it's even worse. And he also listened to his mum, and now he's got a miserable life that he doesn't want to lead. But bless my mum, she was right in many things, okay? And I'm glad I'm a pharmacist now because it gives me a lot more credibility. And actually, I actually enjoy the studying the medical world and science and stuff, because I think it's helped me a lot with what we do with SOMA Breath. That's why SOMA Breath has such a strong scientific foundation to it. But what happened was he bought me a ticket to a Tony Robbins event. And I was like, what is this guru nonsense? Are you serious? And he goes, no, trust me, you have to go. And he kind of dragged me, kicking and screaming, to a Tony Robbins event. So the first few days, I was like, wow, this is like, where's this been? Like, this is incredible. And he really pumps you up, this guy. Like Tony Robbins, he knows how to take you to another level. If you're broken, like he'll fix you in that time that he has with you, right? He'll make you feel at least like you're fixed. But I was full of enthusiasm. I was like, wow, I want to be that guy one day. I found like this new passion for personal development. I was like, wow, okay, this is amazing. But then on the last day, there was a guy who talked about health and nutrition and things like that. And it was the first time I heard anyone talk about preventing disease using lifestyle change. So I was like, okay, I'm going to put Tony Robbins to the test. I have a pharmacy full of sick patients. I hate my job, but I'm going to make it more fun. The way I'm going to make it more fun is, somebody just said you were better at training than Tony Robbins. Wow. Thank you so much. Wow. Well, to make my job more fun, what I did was I wrote healthy shopping lists for patients based on their conditions, okay, and got them to go over and make their own healthy recipes. So what I realized was a big correlation between the amount of processed foods people consume and the amount of prescription meds they're on. It was clear, like, relationship, correlation. It was undeniable, right? The more processed foods you eat, the more pills you're on. Simple, okay? And more likely you are to be obese, have diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, and all of that. So I was like, let's do an experiment, because this is the first observation I found. Let's see if people will be willing to go on a real food diet, not a factory food diet. So I came up with a no factory diet plan. So with these shopping lists, people would go over, make their own food, they'd buy stuff from the grocery store, make their own recipes, and then those who stuck to my plan within weeks were losing weight, reversing diabetes, coming off medications, lowering the dose. And I had doctors calling me up. There was this one time, this doctor called me up and he was like, "Can I speak to Mr. Naik?" I was like, "Oh my God, I'm in trouble." And he goes, "Excuse me, what have you been doing with Mr. I think it's Mr. Smith. They're all called Mr. Smith in England, like so many of them." And he goes, this was when I thought I was in trouble. He goes, "I think I'm witnessing a miracle here. This person has come off the statins. He doesn't need to be on such a high dose of blood pressure medication anymore. Like something is really interesting going on here. And the patient is like raving about you. Like he says that you're the reason why." So I was like, wow, okay, there's something going on here. So I kept doing it, helped so many patients in my pharmacy. And now I'd found my flow. And my need to go out, get wasted, gone. My enthusiasm to live a clean, healthy lifestyle, up, right, like never before. And my going to sleep to wake up the next day with enthusiasm, gone through the roof. Because before I would just stay up till like 2, 3 a.m. Because I didn't want to go to work the next day. I was trying to like maximize my day, right? But now I had enthusiasm to get to work on time. It was like miracles happen. So I found my flow, I found my passion, and I saw results. And this propelled me forward. Funny story though is that I got fired from my first job. I got labeled the renegade pharmacist and that I should go into a health coaching career, not a pharmacy career. So I was like, okay, screw you. And I I don't need you anyway. I'm going to figure something else out. And eventually I got promoted to head office of one of the biggest corporations in the UK called Asda, it's owned by Walmart. And they had this in-house Dragon's Den competition. Dragon's Den's like the UK's version of Shark Tank. So I came up with this business idea for them to have healthy shopping lists. I called it prescription diets given by pharmacists for people to go to the grocery store and buy healthy food, and to even have a website that does all this stuff. So I actually got promoted. I was like, wow, promoted to head office of this biggest corporation in the world. And now I'm on top of the world. Like, how the hell did this is amazing. Tony Robbins was right all along. So now I'm carrying out this big project. Okay, 6 months into it, things started to change. So for some reason, they called it some emergency meeting or some manager's meeting, and they decided to shelve the idea, right? And I remember getting a lot of pushback from the middle management team. If you want to know who really runs the world, it's the middle management, okay? They are the ones who execute on ideas, and literally if they don't like you, game over, right? And they pretty much run the world behind the scenes, okay? It's the middle management. So they just shelved this idea. And the director who had hired me, he moved on to become the VP of Amazon. Guy called Doug Gurr, amazing guy. He really mentored me a lot. So I didn't have his support anymore, and I'm on my own in this cutthroat corporate environment. And in that environment, I remember in that time, in 6 months, I saw so many people burn out, right? In that corporate environment, doing jobs they really didn't want to do. The literally majority of the people I spoke to hated their jobs, and they felt like robots in cages. And I just saw people come and go. I saw like how cold the environment of a corporation is, where somebody may have been there for like 20, 30 years, and then 1 minute they get some kind of email through or a letter, and they're packing their bags and they're off, right? They're out of a job. And it was a very cold environment. So I was like, wait a minute, this isn't a good environment for humanity. It's like, I'm not surprised people get burnt out in this situation. So anyway, so now the pressure had hit me really hard. Like you can imagine, I worked so hard. I thought I was in the flow. I thought I was doing something good for the world. And now it gets taken away from me. And I felt just like a deja vu of what happened with my raves. I had built this amazing empire. Something happened that was out of my control that made the club shut down, and I lost that event. And I had to go and do something I didn't want to do. And I had so much fear of going back to doing a job I don't want to do anymore, that it just blew the fuse. All right. And that's where the symptoms of autoimmune kicked in. And now I went from like being pretty healthy guy. I thought I was healthy. I changed my diet. I went clean, did everything right, right? Stopped drinking, didn't drink alcohol anymore, right? And now I'm suddenly bleeding out my backside, okay? And when you don't listen to your gut, right, you get miserable. You get pains in the gut. You may have all experienced this. You start to get an ache in the gut. Who here, when they know something's not quite right, feel it in their gut first? It's called the gut instinct, but we actually feel it. Who relates to what I'm talking about right now? So I'll tell you what, the moment I stepped foot in that head office, right, something deep down in me was saying, you're not meant to be here. This is not right for you. You really should not be in this environment. How can you carry on working? This is not a human environment, and you are too human for this environment. So I think I unconsciously burnt out and self-sabotaged myself for something better and bigger, right? That was to unfold. And I ignored that feeling I had, that gut instinct. The gut instinct was telling me to work on your own thing on the side, work on your own thing, get something else, don't get a job here, you're going to get screwed. That was what my gut instinct was saying, and I did get screwed, right? Just like everyone else gets screwed in these environments. And then that bleeding turned into cowering over a toilet seat with like what it felt like razor blades coming out my backside, bleeding 40, 50 times a day. And I remember things got so bad at one point. I was on a social network app called iPoo, right? And iPoo was like some funny social network somebody made where I suddenly had more friends on this app than I had offline because I couldn't meet anyone. I was too embarrassed of the symptoms. You can't stop needing to go to the toilet. So I was like, how can it get worse than this? What have I done to deserve this? And I started to think of all the things I've ever done wrong in my life, all the fallouts I've ever had, all of the, things I've ever done to anyone else. And I started to, really like think deep, like, what have I done to deserve this? And I remember like the last time I stepped foot in a consultant's office where the consultant who had a tube up my bum the year before, who said like, you got two choices left like now. Because before she diagnosed ulcerative colitis, now she's saying you got two choices, either have your colon removed or be a guinea pig for a drug for this trial, because this is all you got left. And nothing works apart from the pills. So shut up and take the pills or get out, basically. It was a very cold environment. And I just didn't want to accept that. I knew there has to be a better way. She told me that diet doesn't make any difference. Bullshit. She says stress doesn't make any difference. Bullshit, right? And I knew in my gut that there has to be another way. So anyway, I went home and I had the worst migraines. I had flashes of lights in my head. I had this insane like pain that was coming over me. And I remember like having really weird, bizarre dreams, like crazy, nightmarish dreams. And then the next day, I felt like something had shifted in the energy field. But I didn't know quite what that meant. Like, actually, to be honest, back then I wasn't like a spiritual kind of person at all. But then a little while later, a friend of our family, Swami Amakananda, who's a yoga teacher in the UK, she's now a very good friend of ours. I didn't know her that well then. And she told me that, if you could turn this around, you could be an amazing role model. Your tenacity to help people and what you've done already could be an amazing new career path for you, because you could help other people who suffer like this. And she said that what you've got is a gift. This situation is a gift. And that changed my perspective completely. I was like, wow, wait a minute. But then I had to like let go of my disbelief, because She's telling me things like yoga and breathing can make you better. I was like, nah, like I'm too scientific in my mindset. And we're kind of educated out of our culture, so we don't do yoga. My generation in the UK, it's like more of a new thing now. Back then, we're talking like over 20 years ago. So she said to me that, look, just give this a go. And she taught me these simple breathing techniques, right? Simple breathing technique. I remember the first breathing technique, taking that breath in and just letting go with an extended exhalation creates such a sense of relief in my gut. I was like, wait a minute, this actually works. Tell me more. So then I tried some new techniques, more techniques, and then she taught me about Ayurveda, and I started to change my lifestyle, my diet, according to that system, rather than some mainstream science idea of diet. And things started to shift, and within 4 months, I'd healed myself completely. And then that was it. I went down a major rabbit hole to learn as much as I can about all of this stuff, right, I had ignored for so long, so that I can help other people not suffer like I had, okay? And it worked. And this is why I'm here today. Like, it's been a crazy journey, but, what I wanted to do was, with this new purpose, was make a methodology that has scientific background, because you need the science, but is so fun and cool and engaging to do that people like me would do it, right, back then. Because I know that, like, when you put panpipe flutes and like kind of like very cheesy music that a lot of yoga and meditation has, people get put off by it, right? But if you put a really quality soundtrack, a cool soundtrack, the younger generation will do it. Even the older generation loves the music of SOMA Breath, because the music's just amazing. It moves your soul. But it's just prop quality emotional music. And the biggest thing of all of this was that I really found my true passion and purpose. And that was to give music meaning. Because music, back in the day, right, had lost meaning. And it's even worse now. Back in the day, like, you had like people like John Lennon. They stood for something. When they made music songs, it stood for something. Bob Dylan, like some of those greats, they had a message. Nowadays, it's just VIP tables, egos, and just weirdness, right? And it's corrupting culture. So I tried many attempts to get into the music industry, and I kept hitting the same blocks, that the music hasn't got purpose. It's lost its meaning. It's become a commodity. And through this, I discovered that music has a healing power, and it has a spiritual quality. And the music, produced properly, can move people in an emotional way that can lead them back into their full power, right? So when I discovered that we could put breathing techniques in music, everything changed for me, right? Everything just changed. That was the ultimate flow state, right? So now I could bring in my main core passion of music as a producer into what I do. And I made music into a medicine. And that's what we're really recognized for in SOMA Breath. So just to unpack a bit of my story, I had a different kind of burnout that some people have. So my burnout was one caused by rejection, failure, and going out of alignment, right? Out of my true alignment. So think of us having a mind, body, and spirit. We all know about this. Well, when you have an alignment between all three, that's when you get into the ultimate flow state. I call it Flow Joe. It's a state of flow that Csikszentmihalyi, very cleverly came up with. And that's the state when time just stops still. You go into this effortless state of flow, and things just happen like magic, right? So there's that flow, but that flow isn't always very sustainable. Okay, so some people take substances to extend that flow state. And then some people, when they lose their flow, they try and get that flow back with certain types of drugs and substances. And then that leads to them to actually get really burnt out. Okay? So there's this flow state. But what I found, to make that flow sustainable, we need to bring in another factor, which is mojo. And mojo is life force. It's your energy, your vibe that burns from within you, which is your ATP, chi, prana. That's your mojo. And a lot of your sexual life force energy is like a concentrated form of it that is lying dormant in a lot of people. Okay, that's what I discovered. And when you get flow and mojo together, you get the ultimate state of flow that's sustainable. And that's the state of flojo. And that's why I believe I've been on for many years since I got sick. And it's this like, it's not that this ridiculous peak state flow, which is unsustainable. It's like a consistent state of flow. Like that I'm in. Like, it's like whatever I want to manifest eventually manifests really quick. It's amazing. And this is what I want to share with everyone, is how do we get from burnout into the state of flow? And getting into purpose is a big factor for this. And finding out what is purpose. What does it really mean? Okay? So how do we get there? So let's break this down a bit then. So what is, we know what flow is. Who here's been in a state of flow before? Who's been in a state of flow before? It's a state where just it feels like time's stopped. And you're just in this passion-filled state where you lose track of time and everything, right? Often people making music get into these flow states. People who are like athletes, professionals, like sports people, they get into flow states like this. When you're like writing, creative writing, you can get into these flow states, right? Yep, some of you. Anyone not experience what flow feels like, ever? Ah, interesting. So there are some people who never felt it before. Okay, interesting. Okay. Interesting. Well, let's get you to feel it. Let's get you to feel it, all right? My job will be done if you experience flow at least once in your life. So that's flow, but what's mojo? Now let's unpack mojo. So mojo is actually like an African American slang word, right? For like vitality, okay? And your magnetic power. So when you're full of life force and prana and you're like full power, you become like magnetic. People feel your energy. You go into a room, people sense that energy. That's like on an unconscious level. They get drawn towards you. You become like a magnet. And that's why I call SOMA science of magnetic attraction. Because it's all about that, creating that magnetism, charisma, right? And to get into a high mojo state, this super high vibe state, you need to look on both certain factors of your physical health, but also your mental health, okay? If you have a negative mindset where all you think of is like the negative, right? Like the first thing you do is judge someone. Or if somebody tells you some good news, you look to what's the opposite of that. You like kind of, if the first thing that comes out of your mouth is like if somebody says, oh, I'm working on this amazing project, it's going to be so good. If the first thing you say to them is, but what about this? But what if that goes wrong, right? If that's the kind of like instinctive programming you've got, then your mojo is not very high. And you tend to be the person who will repel people, right? So some of this is psychological that you have to work on to get into super high mojo states. So mojo is part of it's like an attitude to life. It's like if you're optimistic about the world, if you see the world with more optimism, but not naive optimism, but Like, yes, it's tough, but we're gonna get through it kind of attitude. That really helps, right? And if you are somebody who is unhealthy, if you're not physically fit, if you know you can do better, if you're lazy, if you somebody who like cannot stand doing any exercise, if you're somebody who loves eating fast foods and bad foods, right? It can actually kill your mojo, right? Eventually. If you're somebody who like lets go of too much of your sexual life force through masturbation, kills your mojo. There's a big common problem amongst the youth, right? Teenagers, they deplete their mojo, okay, big time. So, so mojo is like part your attitude to life. It's part like your instinctive reactions to people, like your level of enthusiasm to be kind and compassionate to others. If you're somebody who wakes up saying, I love my life and you can't wait to get out of bed in the mornings, you are full of mojo. So then we have the physical side, right? So if you take care of yourself, if you dress well, if you love yourself, if you have like love for others, right? Your mojo goes up. So altogether, you can raise your mojo by working on both sides. It has to be holistic, okay? You can't just do one or the other, okay? So when you have high states of mojo, okay, which you can get to, right? Then when you have flow states, when you get into your flow state, and flow states come from living a life of passion in alignment, right? It gives you flojo. And that's this consistent state of flow you can get into that lasts, right? So let's talk about mind, body, and spirit, and how breath has something to do with each of these, okay? Because it does. And the breath is the first thing to change to raise your mojo and to get into the high flow states, okay? So let's look at mind. So the mind, okay, is related to your breath in this way. Your mind, your thoughts are a mirror of how you breathe, your breath. So if you have an erratic breath, if your breathing rate's all over the place, you tend to have erratic thoughts, okay? And vice versa. So if you have a lot of erratic thoughts, your breath, it will show in your breath. If you have very coherent thoughts, your breath will be coherent. You'll have a natural rhythm to your breath that is coherent, not erratic. So if you're a very jerky, kind of huffing and puffing breath, that's kind of what your thoughts are going to be like too. So people, when they're on their verge of burnout, when they're very stressed out, when they're in a irritable, angry, even anxious mood, you'll see it in the breath. Okay? It'll become erratic. It won't have the same quality. Okay? But when you see somebody who's full of mojo and they're in their flow, the breath becomes coherent. It becomes balanced. It becomes rhythmic. Okay? Smooth. Okay? So here's the cool thing. Just by controlling your breath, you can actually, through rhythmic breathing alone, restore coherence to your thinking. It's amazing. Right? And here's some more interesting facts about this. Inspiration, inspire, which is a word associated to having high vibe thoughts. Inspiration means to breathe in. So it's even in the words, the relationship with the breath. Expire, right, means to breathe out, expiration. But it's also associated with death. The last thing you do when you die, you expire, you exhale, right? So inspiration creates thought, expiration pauses thought. So with that knowledge, even by pausing your breath for a moment, you reset the thoughts. And actually, the next inhale after a period of pause can lead to very inspired thinking, right? Because you hold your breath for a long time, then you breathe in. That first breath after a long exhale is like being reborn again. And that thought that can come to you in that moment can be from a much higher vibration. Okay, and that's how you can get deeply inspired. Okay, so if you breathe in a perfect rhythm, it creates coherence, and you then have coherent thoughts, and you'll feel better. You'll feel more in your flow, right? There you go. That's the mind. Okay. Now, if you were to just hyperventilate and make your breath very erratic, you'll probably make your thoughts also feel that way. Let's just do an exercise right now, all of you. What I want you to do for the next 20 seconds, you're just going to huff and puff like this. We're going to do an exaggerated form of what a lot of people do when they're stressed out all day long, okay? So we're just going to do it for 20 seconds. I'll count it. I just want you to all, for 20 seconds, fast, erratic, like mess the rhythm up, go all crazy with your breath. Do that for like 20 seconds and see what happens. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. All right, so like erratic thought, erratic breath. Think erratic breath. Make it erratic, irregular, crazy, weird. All right, stop. How does that feel? That was just 20 seconds we did. I'm dizzy. It's horrible, feel like I'm running out of air or pass out. Fast or high, bit crazy, terrible, tired, mess. Ears are ringing, wow. Look at all those symptoms. Now imagine, right, when people are stressed out, okay, when they're on the verge of burnout, this is what the breath changes to. And you don't even realize it's happening. Okay, it's happening unconsciously. Okay, and because your thoughts are now influencing your breath. Okay, you're actually preparing for fight or flight. Okay, so there we go. I just gave you an example of that. Now let's calm your breathing right down. What we're going to do is we're going to breathe in for 2 beats, breathe out for 4 beats, hold for 4 beats, and repeat. Okay, so in for 2, I'll count it. We'll do it together. After 3, 2, 1, use your nose to breathe. Breathe in, 2, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, out, 2, 3, 4. Now hold, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Now, come back to normal breathing. How's that feel in comparison? Feel better? Yep. Okay, great. That's a coherent, slow rhythmic breath pattern, okay? That raises internally carbon dioxide and it normalizes your carbon dioxide levels. Carbon dioxide is your best friend when you're stressed. Carbon dioxide relaxes the mind. It stops anxious, erratic thinking. It dilates blood vessels. It allows blood flow back into the muscles and joints and tissues. It improves oxygenation. We've been told it's some toxic waste gas, but it's not. It's essential for you to get oxygen where it needs to go. The reason why you all felt dizzy when you went like that is because you breathed out lots of CO2 and the oxygen stopped flowing to the cells of your brain. That's why you felt dizzy. Okay? You'll find if you talk for long periods of time, like I am right now, you might get dizzy. Reason why is because you're breathing out a lot of CO2 every time you talk. And believe it or not, that's one of the causes of burnout. People who talk for long periods of time and they don't know what I'm telling you right now are prone to burnout just because they talk too much. Crazy, right? So having a moment to just do that breathing pattern that I just gave you, like every 20 minutes or so, just to do a few of those, brings you back into balance and it will prevent burnout. Who here talks a lot in their job or career or throughout the day? Maybe you're a salesperson. Maybe you're directing people. Maybe you're a content creator. Yep. Who here notices also that they sometimes get lightheaded? Yep. You feel it, right? The lightheadedness. Lightheaded a lot. Now you know why. Right? Now you know why. So now you can use that little technique to normalize your breath pattern. It's going to prevent burnout. Okay? It's one of the big causes. So now let's talk about the body. Okay? Well, actually, the goal of yoga is chitti vritti nirodha. It means bring peace to mind. Okay? So in yoga, it's foolish to control the mind through the mind alone. Okay? You'll see what we're doing here to control the mind. We're just using the breath. Okay? So the breath is the bridge between your mind and your body. And your body is an amazing tool for you to use to control the mind. Okay? So your body, let's talk about physiology now. Your body is filled with cells. We're talking like a lot of cells. Okay? And each one of those cells has a mitochondria in it. And the mitochondria are the energy centers of your cells. It's what produces life force, prana, ATP, chi. Okay? This ATP is the product of a cellular reaction where oxygen burns fuel in the form of sugar, glucose, to produce water, CO2, which you breathe out, and ATP, life force, prana, pranic energy. Okay? That's what drives your life. Without it, there's no life. Okay? So we need to, this is one of the most fundamental reactions in your life. So your mitochondria are linked to every function in your body, from your hormones to your enzyme reactions to your producing energy to everything, you name it, your thoughts, your actions, everything you do, your immune system, heartbeat, everything is linked to mitochondrial health. So when your mitochondria burn out, you burn out. Okay? So your mitochondria produce energy by actually burning fuel with oxygen. And the reaction is just like your car engines. So you know we're not talking about those Teslas that run on electricity. I'm talking about your gas engines. So combustion reactions. So you know your car engine, if you put petrol into a diesel, what happens? Chugs along, breaks down, right? Most people are doing that. They're putting the wrong fuel into the body for a start. So that's the glucose part. If you don't have the right source of glucose, it's like literally putting petrol in your diesel engine, okay? It messes you up. But oxygen, let's talk about the other side of the reaction. Oxygen. Well, firstly, this reaction produces fire, inner fire, okay? That's why you get hot when you exercise, right? That's why you sweat. When you literally are burning fuel, just like a car does. Like your car engine gets hot, right? And it can overheat. If you drive your car engine too hard, what happens? It burns out, right? It breaks down. That you need to treat your mitochondria just like little car engines. So if you don't make those engines efficient, they're prone to burn out more. They need more fuel, more heat gets created, more damage happens. But if you can make the engine super efficient, so the minimal amount of fuel to produce the same amount of energy, right? If you can minimize the amount of oxygen you need to produce energy, if you can minimize the amount of fuel you need, glucose, to produce energy, you live longer, you're less prone to burnout, and your life just becomes easier and you have more mojo, all right? Very simple stuff, okay? So let's figure out that. How does that work? So Lao Tzu, famous Chinese philosopher, says the perfect human breathes like they don't breathe at all. Reason why is because if you don't need to breathe a lot, you don't need to use a lot of oxygen. It means your engines are very efficient, right? Makes sense? And if you look at the animal kingdom, animals that live a long time, rats, mice, that live a long time, elephants, turtles, whales, they live, like 100 years plus, okay? Whales can live 200 years plus. They breathe very slowly, less than 1 breath per minute. But animals that don't live a long time, like rats, mice, rodents, they breathe very fast, like 200, 300, 400 breaths per minute. They live like 1 or 2 years, okay? So you can see that relationship in the animal world. Well, there's also that relationship in our world, the human world, okay? So if you are somebody who needs to breathe a lot to feel like you're getting enough oxygen, that means you need to work on your mitochondrial health, okay? You need to make your mitochondria more efficient. So in SOMA Breath, the entire system that we have created, the main side effect of doing it, is dramatic improvements to your mitochondrial health. Make sense? Okay? So we're going to talk a little bit about that, okay? I'm just going to open up I'm going to see if I can just share these slides and go through this very quickly. If I do view slideshow. Oops. Can you see this, everybody? Jason?
The screen share isn't on right now.
Sorry, I didn't press it. Oops, this one. Can you see this?
Yes, it's on now.
And if I haven't done this before, so if I just make it play slideshow, how's that?
We can see the screen, but I can't see it's like a document, right?
You can't see the slides?
I can see the side, yes.
You can or you can't?
Yes, I can see the slides on the side.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, cool. All right, so it's working. Brilliant. Okay. So here. All good? All right, let's go through it. So quickly, we're going to go through how breath, mitochondrial, nervous system, rhythm turn survival energy back into life force. Okay, so let's go. So firstly, let's just do a recap. Burnout is not laziness, okay? Your mind is loud, your body feels flat, the engine will not turn over, purpose starts to feel far away. So we've gone through all of this, okay? That it's not because you're lazy you burn out, okay? It's because you're trying really hard at something, or you've gone out of alignment, but you're working really hard, okay? You don't burn out when you're lazy doing nothing. You burn out when you're driving that engine of your mitochondria too hard. Does that make sense? Okay? So that's what happened to me. And then what happens is when you feel like high levels of negative emotion, it drives your engine even harder because your thoughts are going crazy inside, and that means your body's preparing for battle and you're constantly on fight and flight mode. Okay, so what burnout actually is it's nervous system and cellular energy problem. Okay, it's not the mindset is a big part of it, but it's not the whole story. So your system is always on high alert, messes up your breathing, your oxygen delivery and CO2 balance shift. It stresses out your mitochondria. Cells make less useful energy. And purpose becomes harder to see or to even hear because your brain is foggy. All right? So we talked about this. So rhythmic breathing can restore balance. In SOMA Breath, we use music to guide the breath, makes it easier. Stressful breathing is fast, shallow, and actually I need a different diagram there, but it's often mouth is involved. If you're a mouth breather, and
Niraj,
also
just
if
a
you
heads
talk a
up.
lot,
Just a heads up. We're still
yeah,
on the first slide here. I don't know if you're sliding through, but I don't think we get to follow
okay.
along here.
Oh, that's a shame. I'm gonna get rid of the slides. Let's just keep talking. Forget the slides. So basically, I'm just doing a quick recap. Your stress affects the rhythm of your breath. Erratic rhythms of your breath causes erratic thoughts, and it becomes like a negative cycle, right? It compounds each other. Okay, so we need to upgrade our mitochondria. That's what SOMA Breath is designed to do. And we need to bring tranquility to mind through the breath, using the body. Okay, so if you become a fit, healthy, strong body, if you work on that first, right? But in the right way, I'm not talking about going down the gym and burning yourself out down the gym. A lot of people do this. They exercise too hard, too long, because they think that's going to help them get fit and healthy. It has an opposite effect. It burns you out even harder. So if you're somebody who's already very stressed out, your nervous system's fried, and then you go down the gym and hit it even harder, forget it. It's like a recipe for disaster. Okay? I see people doing this all the time. You need the right type of exercises, the right type of techniques to optimize that, right? Your mitochondria in a healthy way without burning yourself out. You should still upgrade your fitness and your health. Okay? But you need a different type of workout routine. And that's what we teach in SOMA Breath too. And then once you've got your body and mind in alignment, okay, you can start to think clearly again. And that brings me to spirit. This is the last factor we're going to talk about before we move into the session. Spirit. What does spirit actually mean? What's spiritual? What does it actually mean? Well, it actually comes from the Latin root espiritu, breath, life. Okay? So spiritual actually means to breathe. It actually means to breathe. So we're all spiritual, but we just forgot that everything in our body and mind can be controlled through our breath. We just didn't know that. We weren't told that. We didn't get a manual when we were born. SOMA Breath is that manual, okay, by the way, right? It's a spiritual manual, okay, for using your breath to control your body to bring peace to mind, okay? And so we're all spiritual breathing. We all breathe, okay? And we're going to even connect to God or the higher force or the Almighty through the breath alone. This is what started to happen to me. When I started to do these more advanced breath practices, I started to feel like I was having conversations with God, with something beyond myself. And that gave me even more peace, comfort, and alignment to my purpose, which started to become more and more clear, right? Because by solving my problem here and now, which was my health, I had a gift that allowed me to share that with others. And that's a common story in SOMA Breath. With our instructors, it's a common story. People heal themselves using SOMA Breath. Then they go, oh my God, it's amazing. I need to share this with the world. They become SOMA Breath instructors. Like Lisa, and now she's in a divine flow state. She is just flowing in her life like she wasn't before. It's amazing. And then we have Simona. She had PTSD, was about to burn out. She did the 21-day awakening journey, healed herself of PTSD when nothing else works. She was like, this is the solution. And now she shares that. And now she's a very successful transformational coach. We have so many stories like this. The list is endless, okay? Now, if you're somebody who is suffering right now, maybe you've got a health issue, maybe you've been burnt out, maybe you're on verge of burnout, right? Now's the time to answer. Like, first, what I want you to do is use our techniques to fix your body and to get your mind peaceful and in a calm state so you can think clearly about what it is you really want. Because then you can get into spiritual alignment. And spiritual is to do with what you do most of the day. So your spiritual purpose will be defined by what you spend most of your day doing. Okay? If you spend most of your day looking after kids, right? Let's say you're a mum, that's your identity will become that of a mother. That will be, and you should be super proud of that. It's one of the most important roles, and women don't take that in this day and age seriously enough, how important that is as a role. And they want to be like men and go and do ambitious careers and stuff, whilst also being a mum, and then it all goes wrong, right? I think it's one of the most rewarding things is to be a mother. I love my wife for what she did. Was she had a very successful business, but she switched it off, or put it on pause, to be an amazing mum, which she is, right? And it's fantastic. So, but if your day is being spent as a day doing something you hate, right? Well, whatever that thing is that you do that you hate becomes your identity. I was a pharmacist. Whether I liked it or not, I spent most of the day as a pharmacist dishing out pills, making people worse, and that became my identity. So your spiritual identity is defined by what you do most of the day. And if you don't like that, if that person you become, you don't like, right? Is not the kind of person you want to hang out with, right? You got to change. You've got to change. This is your wake-up call, because you will burn out. If you wake up, and this is a test for you right now, what's your vibe score? On a scale of 0 to 11, 11 is the most enthusiastic you've ever felt, and 0 is the least. On a scale of 0 to 11, how enthusiastic are you to wake up, do a hard day's work, and be kind and compassionate to others? Give yourself a score right now, 0 to 11. And be honest. And if you're scared to write a score down, then ask yourself, why? Why am I scared to do it? Why am I holding back? Okay? Great, somebody's put 0. Like, great, you admit it. It's great. First job is to admit when you're not in a good way, right? Then you can change. A lot of people go, oh, I'm fine. My dad used to do this a lot. I'm fine. He wasn't fine by any means. He needed help. And when you just say I'm fine and you just try and suck it up, nobody comes to help you, right? The moment you go, I'm not fine, right? I need help, people are there to help you and support you. Like, we have amazing SOMA Breath instructors who want to help. So 5% of people on a 10. Equal amount of people, not great. Most people are like a meh. Right? We don't want meh lives, do we? We want fierce. We want, like, I love my life lives, right? That's why you're here on this call. So I want you to all go from a 1 or a 5 to a 10, right? Or 11 even, okay? That's what I want you to do, okay? So, how do we do it? So first you got to think about this answer to this question. If you, in the next 5 years, right, were to obtain an average peaceful day, a day where you woke up enthusiastic for life, you're content, you want it, you're no problem being kind and compassionate to other people, right? What would that day look like, feel like, sound like, touch like, taste like? List it all down and really ask yourself this question deep down. All right? You don't need to do this exercise right now, but I just want you to write that question down, because you're going to do this afterwards. This is your play work. Or no, what? Home play. Not homework, home play, right? You're going to do these fun exercises, self-reflection exercises, okay? So then what you can do is paint a picture, and you can go really deep on it, of your ideal peaceful day, okay? Doesn't have to be perfect. Peaceful is better. What brings you peace of mind, okay? Like, where would you wake up in the world? Who do you wake up next to? What would your family look like and be like? What would you be doing 8 hours, 10 hours a day as your work, your career, or business, right? Go deep on all of this stuff. Okay, and then you're going to make an action plan to obtaining it, okay? By chunking it down into the next step that you need to achieve to reach your goals. And the way you work out your next step is to figure out how much does it cost to live this average peaceful day, if you were to live it sustainably over and over again. And then you reverse engineer that. What do you need to do? How much money do you need to get? What job do you need to do now so you can do the next step and the next step? That might give you more peace of mind of the career you're doing right now, because it's just a stepping stone to the next step, right? It's not a permanent, like spiritual path. Your spiritual path can be opened up by saving some money, putting in the right place, build a business on the side, and then you can follow your real true spiritual path with meaning and purpose, okay? Do these fun exercises at home, okay? And then you need to actually do the work to get there, okay? You need to put the effort in. You need to do it. And one of the simplest ways to start fixing your mitochondrial health is by doing SOMA Breath every day. Doing 2 to 3 round session, right? Or you can repeat a 1 or 2 round session a couple of times a day. Get the SOMA Breath app. We have a whole library of tracks on the app. And especially the intermittent hypoxic training techniques, okay, on the app. If you download the app and you go to start here, the first one, learn all about intermittent hypoxia, and you'll find out about the secret source of SOMA Breath. So when you go on a breath fast, when you take away oxygen from a bit for the body, right, you get the same benefits of fasting with food. The thing with the breath is that you can go without food for weeks, water for days, but breathing only minutes. So when you fast with your breath, it amplifies your mitochondrial health. Because what you're doing is you're taking away oxygen for a bit from your mitochondria, especially if you do it on an empty stomach in the morning. You have a bit of a fast as well of your food. Okay, what happens is when you fast that fuel, when you give it a break, your mitochondria clean up, and your healthy ones multiply and your unhealthy ones die out. So doing SOMA Breath every day is like a spring clean every day for your mitochondria, and it amplifies the function. You can go from 1,000 in every cell to 4,000 or 5,000 every cell over time. So that's why this technique of SOMA Breath is so powerful, because it combines rhythmic breathing, it brings balance, breath retention that gives you the dose of intermittent hypoxia, and then you get the big inspiration at the end. And then boom, magic happens, right? You get those divine downloads. And then we have neurosomatic programming. The neurosomatic programming is the art of guided meditation, the SOMA Breath way, that gives you all the power of guided meditation, guided visualization, creative visualization, to really hone in on your purpose, to manifest it, to reinforce the neurology of your brain, to shape the thoughts and the thinking and the inspired thinking that you need to reach your goals. Yep. So that's the whole package, and that's what you're about to experience right now. We're about to do the most powerful SOMA Breath journey that has been produced that we do outside of our retreats. At our retreats, like in Austria, we do the very most powerful, potent SOMA Breath sessions, okay, designed for many different purposes, like connecting to the divine, right? But outside of that, the most powerful session I've ever created is the one you're about to do now. Okay? So are you ready? Are you ready to do this? Are you sure? Because your life will never be the same way again afterwards. And here's the other thing to overcome burnout. You have to make the commitment. You have to commit that I don't want this life anymore. I want alignment of my mind, body, and spirits. Not just my mind and body. Spirit. I am prepared to do what it takes to find what I really love to do and to go after it. And look, just like me and many others in our community, choosing this option is like taking the red pill or the blue pill, right? Choosing to take the right medicine, the right pill, has taken me on the most profound, incredible journeys that you cannot comprehend. It's just mind-blowing how cool my life is now. It's just phenomenal, right? All my dreams came true. And this is the same for everybody else. And it came because of hard work combined with passion, right? With a proven roadmap that had been laid out by others. I just modeled the success of other people. And I just did the work and it manifested. That's all manifesting really is. You can manifest anything. If you have a proven roadmap, you model other people's success and you raise your flojo, your flow and mojo, and you go after your dreams. And you do it with commitment. And sometimes you might feel like you're burning out. You're working too hard. It gets too intense. Oh my God, I'm going to burn out again. But with these tools, you can actually course correct. You can realign and get into your right path. All right? So let's do it. So everybody, now get ready. I want you to find a comfortable place. I recommend doing this lying down. It's very powerful. And I want you to just pay attention to these simple instructions first. First, the method is guided, right? So a lot of the instruction will already be guided within the session itself. But just pay attention to these principles. When you breathe in through your nose. When you breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in the rhythm with the music. The music has a beat to it. The music has the counting. So you're going to be breathing in beats. You hold your breath when instructed, right? And hold it to your maximum possible effort on the exhale. That's what creates the intermittent hypoxia. At first, it might feel very uncomfortable when you're holding your breath. It's okay. There are many rounds in this. You'll get better as you go on and you'll figure it all out after the second, third round, okay? But the idea is just to relax into it. You're very safe. No harm can be done. And that dose of intermittent hypoxia is what you're trying to achieve. You'll know you feel it when you start to feel this kind of warm, energy-like sensation usually in your abdomen and the base of your spine. And you'll start to feel this kind of warm, tingly sensation. Okay? And it might start to feel like a bit of a euphoric feeling. That's your CO2 levels rising. Okay? You want to try and get to that point. Some people don't hold their breath long enough because they're fearful. They're a bit scared of holding their breath. But it's okay. Just practice. You'll get better at this. You don't have to be perfect right away. Right? And if you're really unsure, you can always reach out to a SOMA Breath instructor after this and they'll teach you how to do it properly. Okay? So holding your breath after the full exhale and then after the inhale, finishing with humming. We're going to do several rounds of this, and at the end it starts to get faster rhythmic breathing. The rhythmic breathing part starts to increase in tempo, so you just keep breathing with the rhythm. Okay, it's all guided. And that's it. That's enough said. Oh, and also if you have somebody who's just had a heart attack, don't do this. It's very intense. If you're somebody with uncontrolled epilepsy, also do this with caution. If you're somebody who really struggles to breathe, you might find this too intense. And if you're just genuinely concerned because you have some serious health issue, avoid this. And if you're pregnant, again, do it with caution, but you should be all right. Okay? Let's go. Yeah, if you have a hernia, be careful. All right? Don't force it. You can just listen to the guided, you can follow along with the guided instructions. Simply just follow along with the guided instructions, doing the visualization. The music is so powerful and potent that the music alone can take you into those higher vibrations that you need to be. So if you're somebody who's concerned about the breathing part, just do the guided meditation part. Just listen to the music. It'll take you on a journey. You don't have to breathe all the way through as well. And if at any time it gets too intense, just go back to normal breathing and relax. Okay, so we should be good. Let's all find a comfortable space. Highly recommend if you're doing it the first time, do it lying down. Get a good pair of headphones so that you are on the right speakers. You have the quality sound coming through your ears. Or use quality speakers.
All right, we are about to
Okay,
begin the
Jason.
breathwork journey, and I wanted to
Wait, wait,
give
wait,
a heads
Jason.
up that this is a 60-minute journey.
Jason, I just wanted to check because I have an updated track. I don't know if you have the updated version.
Oh, if you have made a recent update, then I might suggest that you use the track that has been recently created.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The latest file name is. See if you have the right one. Are you playing it from the demo page?
I am basically playing the Journey TC V11.
Yeah, there's a V12 now because we just upgraded it a little bit. Okay, so let me get to it.
So once again, this will be a 60-minute journey. Be in a comfortable space. And Niraj, be sure to share your computer audio.
Yeah, so we're on Journey V12 now. Okay, let's do it. I'm excited for all of you. Okay, let's get ready. Oops. All right, everybody. I'll see you on the other side. Let's go. Let's begin by sitting comfortably in an upright position or lying down on your back in a place where you won't be disturbed. Now, close your eyes and become fully present with the sound, as though the sound is all that exists in this special now moment. That's right. And let the sound of my voice be the guide on your journey. A journey into pain and tension and unlocking your inner power. And then sharing this gift with others, creating a new, exciting, and extraordinary life. A life of your dreams, where you're free to travel the world with creativity, abundance, and a vitality that radiates from inside out, inspiring everyone you meet around you. That's right. So feel your body beginning to relax, and notice how your jaw loosens. The muscles in your face becomes more relaxed. Your tongue becomes relaxed. And notice how the waves of relaxation start to flow from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. That's right. With each breath you take and each beat of your heart, allow yourself to go deeper and deeper to that state of relaxation. And feel that relaxation expanding and deepening, guiding you into a state of profound peace and safety. Now bring your awareness to your breath as you breathe in and out. That's right. On your next inhale, take a deep breath in. Hold, squeeze the muscles in your body and let go. Letting go of any tension from the body, becoming even more relaxed. One more time, taking that deep breath in. Squeezing the muscles in your body and then gently letting go with a sigh of good feelings. Now imagine there's a movie playing in your mind. Now imagine yourself as a master of your breath in this movie. What would you see? What would you feel? What would you hear? If you're living and breathing this life of the master of your own breath. See a version of yourself right now who has complete control over their breath. And through that control, imagine the life you can lead. We have a life of relaxation, focus, peace and presence under your control with every breath you take. And see the scenes of this movie becoming clear in your mind. That's right, and begin to tune into the feelings of calmness and clarity that come from this mastery. Imagine how your life would change if you could truly embody this state every day. How would you feel on a daily basis if you truly embodied peacefulness and presence? If you're connected to your body and spirit? And what about the others in your life? What if you could help your fellow humans reach the same quality of life? How would the lives of your family, friends and clients change if you help them master their breath? And how would the world change if more and more people were walking around peacefully and present? Step into this movie as though it's happening right now. That's right. Imagine this is the greatest movie of your life and you are the director. Begin to turn up the dial on the lights, the colors, the sounds, making it brighter, more vivid, lucid. That's right. And if you don't see a vision, step into how it would feel if you were living and breathing this moment right now. Tune into the other senses as you start to feel those sensations of bliss and clarity in your body. Become aware of where you exactly feel these sensations, these emotions, as this is your somatic intelligence at work. Every action you take is rooted in a feeling from this somatic intelligence. And the more you are aware of these feelings in your body, the more control you have over them. You can amplify them, release them, or use them to propel yourself towards your dreams and aspirations. So become familiar with these feelings right now by pointing with any finger to the part of your body where you feel these sensations most strongly. Notice the first impression that comes to your mind, that there's a color that represents these feelings. What is that color? See it clear and bright right now. So imagine that with every breath you take in, you're inhaling that color that represents those feelings of calmness and control into every single cell of your body with this transformative energy.
And as you exhale, you're releasing any tension or distraction, allowing them to dissolve in the color of your breath. So now, we begin to breathe in a rhythm, breathe in beats. 3, 2, 1, exhale and in. 2, out. So now, start breathing in a rhythm, breathing in beats. It's the perfect rhythm and groove of the music. Breathing in, and breathing out to the count and the beat. That's right, keep breathing, keep connecting. Remember, the rhythm is more important than the depth. Just breathe that smooth, consistent rhythm. If you find it difficult to follow the rhythm, or if it becomes too intense, simply return to normal breathing and then get back into the rhythm, the groove, when it feels right. That's right. Now, double the intensity of these positive feelings. Imagine how would it feel to live each day with a sense of peace and presence. Allow these feelings, these sensations in your body to grow stronger with each breath. Breathing in and out that color that represents your feelings of calmness, control. Becoming that true master of your breath. Filling every cell of your body with this vital energy. Releasing any resistance, any tension. Get ready for the breath retention. 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath all the way in and breathe the air fully out and hold your breath after full exhalation. As life is a series of inhales and exhales, as you press pause on your breath, press pause on life for this moment. Allowing the thought files to reassemble, clearing the clutter of the unconscious mind, bringing it into alignment with your great vision. Coming completely still and connected to that state of inner peace that radiates within you. As you start to feel that urge to breathe, see if you can override that first sensation to breathe. Count down in your head from 10 down to 0 slowly, allowing yourself to go slightly beyond the comfort zone. As you start to feel that warmth, that tingly sensation building up inside, as you feel that energy starting to grow at the base of your spine. When you feel you cannot hold your breath any longer, you can take a sip in, breathe back out, and hold your breath. And repeat this 1 to 2 times to maximize the state. And then, when you cannot hold your breath any longer, after 3, 2, 1, take a deep breath fully in, contract up the pelvic floor, the sphincter muscles up, contract, squeeze, and send this energy up like a spiral of electric light up and up into the midbrain, illuminating you to this higher power within. And hold your breath. That's right. And notice yourself filling up with that light that represents your vision. This is your moment of great inspiration. Hold it in. Hold this new light energy in. And imagine it becoming one with you. Within you, around you. And then release with a tone. And again, taking a deep breath in. And again, taking a deep breath in. And then coming back to normal breathing. Reflecting on how this mastery of your breath will change your life, bringing you more presence, peace, and a connection to yourself and others. Imagine you are now walking towards a magic room. This magic room has a giant subconscious computer installed within it. This omnipresent supercomputer of your unconscious mind has the ability to answer any question. It will always answer truthfully and always be the first answer you receive. So imagine you start asking the following questions, and the first impression to those questions are going to create a new movie in your mind. Why is it important to you to master your breath? Who do you really want to become? What are the values that you embody as a master of your breath? What does success look like, feel like, touch like, taste like? Why is it important to you to help others? What legacy do you want to leave? Now change the channel to a new movie in your mind's eye, where you tune into what success on both a personal and professional level look, feel, sound, touch, taste like to you. See what you'd see, feel what you'd feel, hear what you'd hear if you're living and breathing success as a master of your own breath. That's right. Turn up the dial on the sensations, the feelings that would arise in your body right now. Notice where you feel those sensations. And then point to where you feel them. And notice there's a color associated with those feelings. The first impression comes to mind. What is that color? And as we begin to breathe in a rhythm, imagine you're breathing this light into every single cell of your being. That's right. So let's get ready to breathe in a rhythm. 3, 2, 1. Exhale and in. 2, out. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. 2, out. And letting go. That's right. 3, 4. In. With an effortless flow. Out. Connected to the rhythm and groove of the music. That's right, as you breathe in that color into every cell of your being, imagine you're turning up the dial on those sensations right now. Turn them up, amplify them with every breath you take in and out. That's right. That's right, keep breathing, keep connecting to that rhythm, the rhythm of your breath, the rhythm of life. Breathing in and letting go with no force, no tension. Get ready for the breath retention. 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath all the way in and breathe all the air out. Hold your breath after full exhalation. Going deep within your own mind is where the answers you shall find to all the great mysteries of life. Imagine now as you hold your breath in this moment of stillness, the energy of success, inspired thinking, and effortless action is being tuned into every cell of your being. Notice those tingly sensations around your body as this new energy penetrates every cell of your being right now. That's right. And then when you cannot hold this energy in any longer, you start to feel the energy growing, that warm sensation around your abdomen, your lower back. You start to feel those contractions, the twitch in your diaphragm. See if you can go slightly beyond the comfort zone. Count down in your mind from 10 to 0, slowly, until you cannot possibly hold your breath any longer. As you breathe in, pull up the pelvic floor, the sphincter muscles, and send this energy up and up and up. Send it up and hold your breath. An electric beam of light that radiates out in all directions, like you are a frequency generator, beaming out a signal to the universe, connecting to that light, and then release with a hum. Hum. breath in, release with a hum. Coming back to normal breathing, getting ready for the next round. So as you've created this great vision for your life, to discover who you truly want to be, and what you want to really embody, and the legacy you want to leave. Sometimes as we create these grand visions, some icky feelings, stuck feelings can arise in the body. It is useful to become familiar with these feelings of doubts and limitations, and where you experience them in your somatic intelligence of your body. So imagine changing the channel of the move in your mind, where you're stepping again into that magic room. And you're going to ask yourself the following questions. Do you fully believe in yourself? Is there maybe still a little bit of self-doubt? Do you truly believe you're worthy of success? Perhaps someone has told you in the past that you can't be whatever you want to be. That your goals and dreams are not cool, they're too risky. Perhaps some of these words have made you feel like you don't belong. So what are your fears? What are your doubts? Start to see then, there's a movie playing in your mind's eye right now, just for a moment. Notice the sensations that appear in your body. That's right. Those icky, stuck feelings, the niggly feelings of doubt. The blocks that hold you back from success. That it's time for you to finally break free from. Notice where you feel these sensations in your body. And then, taking a finger, point to where you feel these sensations in your body right now. That's right. And the first impression. If there was a color or colors that represents those feelings and sensations in your body, your somatic intelligence, what would that color or colors be? Now if God, the universe, the higher power, whatever you have as a name for the energy of everything from which we came, gave you a new color that had the power to dissolve and release the color of doubt and fear and limitations and blocks from your body, the first impression, what would that be? That's right. Now as you begin to breathe in a rhythm, imagine breathing that light, that color, into every cell of your being, into the area where you felt those sensations of fears and doubts, dissolving, disintegrating and releasing that from your body once and for all, so that you're completely filled up with the light of this higher power. That's right. So let's begin to breathe in a rhythm. Breathe in beats. 3, 2, 1. Exhale and in. Breathing in and letting go into the heart. Relaxing the resistance in your heart. Breathing in and letting go. Imagine you're filling yourself up now with this light of a higher power, dissolving and releasing this tension once and for all from the body. That's right, keep breathing, keep connecting. Charge it up, charge yourself up with this positive light of your higher self. And breathe through any of this fear, doubts and limitations. Because you are truly amazing, the miracle of life, and you are worthy of success. You are enough. You have absolutely everything you need to receive. Infinite love, health, wealth, abundance, they're all yours. So just keep breathing, connecting, trusting, releasing. Breathing in trust, breathing out doubt. Breathing in courage, breathing out fear. Get ready for the breath retention. 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath all the way in and breathe all the air out, and hold your breath after full exhalation, going deep within your own mind. As you hold your breath in this moment of stillness, imagine this life force you've generated from your higher power is now entering into every cell of your being, releasing any tension, resistance, and filling you up with the light of courage, strength, and positive action. And then when you feel that big urge to breathe, override that first urge to breathe, going slightly beyond the comfort zone. Once again, seeing if you can go a little further this time. Going slightly beyond the comfort zone, and breaking through that resistance, overcoming the fear is a metaphor for growth. As you go slightly beyond the comfort zone in other areas of life, that's where growth happens. That's where the breakthroughs happen. So imagine you're making that breakthrough right now, and you feel this energy grow inside. You cannot hold your breath any longer. So that deep breath all the way in. Send the energy up and up and up like a spiral vortex of pure, radiant light energy up into the midbrain, illuminating you to this higher power. That's right. Pulling up the sphincter muscles, the pelvic floor contracting, sending this energy up. Hold that energy in, that life force in, and witness that light radiating in you, within you, around you. Become that transmitter of the light. And then release with a hum. And repeat. again. And then coming back into normal breathing. Reflecting on your journey so far. And getting ready for the next round. Become the ultimate director of your life right now and play with your creative imagination. Asking yourself, how would you wake up every morning? Where would you wake up in the world? Imagine waking up right now in your perfect bed. Who would you be waking up with? Would it be alone or with someone? And then imagine taking the first steps out of bed and drawing the curtains. What would be the view you see? Imagine that light flooding in, lighting up your entire room. And start to play the scenes throughout your day. What would your day look like, feel like, touch like, sound like, smell like? Who would be there with you? Who would you share this amazing dream life with? Imagine you're truly helping people in the world. How would they be showing you their appreciation? Would you check your emails and notice the testimonials that day that have been sent to you from your happy clients? Would you see a comment on social media that lights you up? Perhaps there's a letter sent to you in the post. Imagine reading that letter of someone's life you transformed. How would that make you feel right now? As though it's happening right now. How does it feel to have a life of purpose, fulfillment, abundance? Step into that feeling as though it's happening right now. That's right. And notice those sensations in your body right now, growing in your body. Become familiar with where you feel those sensations of gratitude, purpose, love, self-love, fulfillment, appreciation. And point to where you feel those sensations right now. That's right. And then the first impression. What is the color or colors that represents that feeling? And you're going to use this color with every breath you breathe in to charge yourself up and amplify those feelings, those good sensations, those good vibrations, all through your body, into you, around you, within you. That's right. So let's get ready to breathe in a rhythm, breathe in beats. 3, 2, 1. Exhale and in. 2, out, 2, in, 2, out, 2, in, 2, out, 2, in, 2. Charge this up, this positive, radiant energy within you. Finally letting go of any tension, any stuck feelings once and for all, clearing the channels, opening you up to that life of full potential, purpose and fulfillment.
In, 2, out, 2, 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 in.
That's right, keep breathing,
Out,
keep connecting,
in,
charge yourself up.
out,
Yes, yes, feel that energy growing inside, charge it up, wake it up, that's right.
out, 2, in, 2, 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 out, 2, in, 2,
Keep breathing, keep connecting,
2, in, 2,
become one with the rhythm,
2, in,
till your breath takes over,
out, 2,
that's right.
2, out, 2, in, 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 2, out, 2, in,
Charge it up, wake it up, that's right.
in, 2,
Allow your breath to dance with the rhythm,
in, 2,
and the rhythm dance your breath.
2, out, 2, in, 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 2,
Keep breathing, keep connecting,
2,
charging the self up
2,
with this new light, the light of full power, positivity,
out, 2,
breaking through any resistance,
out,
breaking through any tension,
out, 2, in, 2, 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 out, 2, in,
letting go of any resistance,
2,
letting go of any tension,
2, out,
breathing in that light,
2, out,
that's right.
in, 2, out, 2, 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 in, 2, out, 2,
That's right. Faster,
in, out,
deeper,
in, out, in,
stronger rhythm,
in, out,
feeling that pulse,
in, out,
waking up,
out,
wisdom inside. That's right.
in, out, 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 in, out,
Keep breathing. Charge it up. Wake it up. Keep going. That's right. We're almost there. Full power. Breathing through any tension that may be building up within you. Yes. Keep charging it up. Activating. Energizing. Releasing. Connecting to that which is right. And now, as you start to feel the energy building up within you, get ready for the breath retention. 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath all the way in. Squeeze, pulling up the pelvic floor muscles. Hold. And then let go. That's right. Allowing your breath to come to its own natural pause. We no longer need to breathe in or out. Yes. Imagine you're floating on a cloud. You feel this energy grow inside. You cannot hold your breath any longer. So that deep breath all the way in. Send the energy up and up and up like a spiral vortex of pure, radiant light energy. Up into the midbrain, illuminating you to this higher power. That's right. Release with a hum. And now, as you come back to normal breathing, tune into exactly what it is you really want to create for your life as if it's happening right now in the present moment. Step into it and embody how it feels to be living and breathing that life right now. See the results of the results of the results of all the things that you want to create, playing them as a movie in your mind. See what you'd see, feel what you'd feel, hear what you'd hear if you had absolutely everything you desired right now. Things you really desire, the things that really make you tick, that really turn you on, that give you those goosebumps and tingles all over your body, that make you feel warm and fuzzy inside, that make you shout, "I love my life." Turn up the lights, the colors, the sounds, make it brighter. This is your movie. Play with this vision. It can be whatever ambition, dream you want to create. And notice where you feel those sensations in your body, those good feelings, those good vibrations. That's right. And point to where you feel them. And notice there's a color associated with those feelings. And with every breath you breathe in and out, you're breathing in that color, filling yourself up with that light. So for this final round, turn up the dial and go full power. 3, 2, 1. Exhale and in. Such a radiant joy, that ecstatic feeling, a feeling of bliss, excitement, joy. So dare to step into the unknown and go beyond what you thought was possible. That's right, keep thinking bigger, turning up the dial on what makes you feel good, that really turns you on. Yes. Turn yourself on right now to what you truly desire. Yes, going deeper, faster, stronger, making a sound on every exhale. Yes, release, letting go. Breathing in, letting go. That's right. Yes, notice those familiar feelings, those good feelings, tingly sensations going through your body when you're doing something you love. You're doing something that's so aligned with your soul, your destiny, your life path. Notice how that feels. Step into that feeling right now. Embody that sensation. Allow it to grow deep within you. And now, faster rhythm. Let's go. Full power. Breathing in that light into every cell of your being. Yes, turn up the dial on those sensations. Yes, keep turning up the dial. Yes, yes. And then get ready for the breath retention. 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath all the way in. Squeeze, pulling up the pelvic floor muscles. Hold. And then let go. So allow your breath to come to a natural state of stillness, where you no longer need to breathe in or out. Imagine you're floating on a cloud above your own creation, seeing the results of your grand vision. And then, when you feel that big urge to breathe, count down in your mind slowly. 10, down to 0. Once again, going slightly beyond the comfort zone. And then taking a full inhale all the way in, squeezing up the pelvic floor, contracting up, sending the energy up and up and up, holding your breath, becoming the channel. The channel of this new sense of pure positivity, fulfillment, purpose, and connection to what is true within you. Yes. Hold this energy in and witness the light of your higher self. And then when you cannot hold your breath any longer, release with a hum. And now as you come back to normal breathing, enjoying this feeling of bliss that radiates through you, within you. Reflect on how becoming a master of your breath will truly transform your life, bringing more peace, presence, and connection into your daily existence. And imagine how these changes will affect those around you, your family, friends, and even your clients. And how they will affect the people around them too. And through this ripple effect, more and more people will walk around feeling naturally high, happy, and healthy, making this world a better place for all. And how you have become a part of this change, the transformation and evolution of our planet.
Slowly taking your time. Bring awareness back into the body. The SOMA. Give yourself a hug, stretch, and some gratitude for the fact that you're able to do this.
And then gradually bring your awareness back to the present moment, carrying with you this deep sense of relaxation and connection. That's right. And know that as you leave this experience today, you shall do so with a new sense of positive energy connected to the light of a higher power. So when you're ready, after 3, coming back into full awareness, after 2, becoming more and more present, and 1, becoming fully present with your eyes open, now feeling grounded, centered, and fully in control. So much love and positive energy to your success. Peace.
Just taking your time, no rush. Just bringing that presence back into the body. Have a stretch. Gratitude. That's right. Just take a few moments to allow everyone to come back. Starting to see the feedback pouring in. Amazing. Exactly why I joined SOMA Breath. Beautiful. All right, let's just check in with how everyone's feeling. Are you still with us? Did you disappear into the ethos? It was a very powerful session, so it takes some time. Extraordinary. Now I'm sure I'm going to do the 21 days all over again. Still coming back into my body. Amazing. Beautiful. If you love this session, it is on our app for members only. If you join the membership on the app, you can get access to that. It's called Becoming a Master of Your Breath. It's the longest session on the app, the most powerful one. That's why it's only for people who subscribe. Great feedback. So if anyone wants to share any of their feedback, feel free. You can raise your hand. You just click on React and click on Raise Hand. And now if anyone's been actually inspired to actually turn whatever burnout they may be going through into a new purpose, and maybe SOMA Breath is in alignment with that, you can stay back, because we will stay back with you to answer any questions you might have. For now, we'll just allow some of you to share some feedback. Wow, we've got a lot of hands raised. So if you got your camera on, then you can share. So should we start with Carolyn? Start with Carolyn.
Hi,
Hello.
I thought you were gonna go in order of the hands. Is
Well, some
that
of them
Esther
don't
up
have
there,
their...
by the way? Wow, that
Cool.
was really powerful because I've done this work along the way, but I just didn't make it a habit. And I really felt that this summer things really have to shift and change. And even using astrocartography, I went up and followed a path to some place that could actually geographically also be helping me. But it wasn't until this session, I almost feel like crying because all of a sudden the answers started just showing up for me, how to stack these together so that they can flow better. And instead of like, I'm just so convinced to make sure I do this every day. This is great. And I'm
Nice.
also doing a detox right now with vegetable for my body. So that light was so bright and it was so easy to find 0 point and to even do a torus around my field and to let all the cells, as all that tingling was happening, I saw the tingling, which probably is physical, actually
Yep.
be more light-based. Does that make sense? So
100%.
it's really cool. So thank you so much. And it's good to see you again.
Beautiful. Great to see you. Yeah. So when you hold your breath for that long, you get deeply inspired on the next inhale.
Yeah. Oh, and one more
So,
thing. I was about to head
yeah.
off on a long nomad cruise to learn some other means of income. And before I did that, I wanted to learn free diving. And it was your invitation to meet Stig, and I took Stig's course.
Oh, cool. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
So
Say hi
thank
to
you.
him.
See how it all
Thank
all
you.
goes in a circle?
Nice.
Yeah.
Full power. All
Thank
right.
you.
Well, thank you so much, Caroline, for your share. That was beautiful. Let's bring on Sasha. Let's have Sasha on board. Hello. Got some guys sharing for a change.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Niraj, I appreciate the opportunity to experience this. I've done a lot of meditation in my life, big follower of Sadhguru, and I feel like this was the right point for me to release a lot of energy that was happening in my body, and also so many emotions that were coming out, and through tears and body movements.
There you are. We lost your sound. You got too much energy coming out. See if you can get that fixed, and I'll.
There you go.
Oh, there you
I
go.
was muted. I was muted. So
Cool.
a lot of energy, a lot of unnecessary emotions were coming out that were stored in the body, and so much clearance. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to visualize how the perfect life looks like, and everything just becomes so clear. Like all these action steps that I put up for myself, and I didn't know if it's worth to do, if I really want to do it. It becomes so clear that I want to do it. It becomes so clear that all the things that I wanted to do, and I just understood that I can do all of them. I do not need to limit myself to do one thing or the other thing. I can just do all of them, and whatever I don't want to do, I can stop at the point. So thank you so much for doing this free offering, and just
Yeah.
to I mean, I would love to learn this also and integrate to part of my life coaching that I'm doing, and integrate your system. I appreciate you very much. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Yeah. And I like this quote, which is, we can have anything we want, just not always at the same time. So step by step, you can have pretty much everything you want. You can manifest it. Cheers, brother. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Let's get on Esther. She had a camera on before, so here we go. Let's get Esther on there.
Is that me?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, other Esther.
We got two of you. Hi, Esther.
Sorry. Oh, hi. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
on mute then. Sorry.
Cool. Go for it.
Is it me or another Esther?
It's you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you so much, Niraj. I follow you for a long time now. I got burnt out as well, like 8 years ago. I really collapsed. And the breath helped me to regulate my nervous system. It took me about 9 months. So I got into breathwork, and I created a kind of mental health solution to bring breathwork into companies, into organizations, into schools. And I gave myself 3 years to invest in it. And well, last December, the 3 years were over. And so I decided to go for a job, as I need income as well, of course. And I didn't succeed with my mental health solutions. So I gave up last December. I'm looking for a job. But today, just right
Yes.
now, yes, it came back again. So.
It came back.
The whole mental health solution, like, this is what I want. This is what I want to do. To bring
Yes.
breathwork into schools for children and to organizations.
There's been so
Yeah,
many times I thought about giving up, and you know what? If I had, I wouldn't be here right now. So if you got a good idea, which you have, and it solves a big problem, the universe will make it happen. Just it will course correct you until it does. So it will all come clear.
yeah.
That's what
Thank
I
you, Niraj.
believe.
Great
Thank you
work.
so much, Esther, for sharing. It's very brave.
I'll keep you posted on the development.
Do it. Please do. And if we can be any support or help, we want to do the same. So if we can help you in any
Oh,
way, let us
okay.
know. Yeah,
I will connect. Thank you so much,
please
Niraj.
do it.
Thank you.
Please do it.
Yeah, I will.
Jurgen, how are you doing? Hello, the Flow Master Jurgen.
Yeah, what a powerful session that was, Niraj. Thank you. That was a real gift. That was a real gift. I think it was one of those which I was not really prepared for because it was a busy day and I wasn't planning to sit down for 3 hours type thing. But I was in there and I was it made so much sense what you said in terms of the kind of the narrative and the kind of frequency that you said, because the alignment was so easy to make from that point onwards. You managed to kind of bring the neurosomatic programming into it so gently. And that was just for me the kind of the moment that I thought, yeah, I already love you the way that you what you do. So I'm already I'm already an advocate for you guys. But this really nailed it. This neurosomatic thing in combination with everything on top. I visualized it through coloring, and everyone does, right? But for me, the coloring was clearly kind of, you know, into the sort of turquoise and the whites and the kind of the light brights type stuff. So for me, it was a confirmation of my path. So thank you, Niraj, for your present, for your gift, and I will keep doing. How do you call it? Replicate your work as a facilitator, as a breathwork facilitator. So thank you for that.
Amazing. And yeah,
Yeah.
this is the thing. So Soma breath isn't just a breathwork technique. It's wrong to say it's a breathwork technique because it's so much more than that. It's a whole different modality of its own, right? And the guidance, nobody does it quite like this, and it really does translate like your vision into something that you feel and embody.
100%.
And the colors are something that everyone can relate to. That's what makes it so powerful and potent. You can amplify any emotion with that color. You can bring down any, to bring down an emotion. You can amplify a vision, a state, anything through this color breathing technique, which actually the NHS use as well. They don't use it like this, but they have their own method of color breathing. I kind of got inspired by that, and I just made it into neurosomatic programming, which is just takes all these practices like NLP, meditation, what they're trying to achieve, it just makes into a very powerful solution that does kind of make magic happen. Right?
And I
So
love the embodiment as well. So I think it was a very sort of complete sort of story and journey what you just did there. But very, very powerful. What you can do in a session. Was it 1 hour, by the way? How long was it? Because
yeah,
I lost track of time. Was it 1 hour?
1 hour. You're in the
There you
flow
go.
state, man.
I
You're in
was
the
in
flow
the
state.
absolute flow state, 100%. So yeah, but that's it. It's creating the flow state, and if you, the way that you do it with the audio, with the soundscapes and everything else, is just so powerful. At the right time, the right visualization, the right trigger, and we all know
Amazing.
it. We all just know it already in our heads. We just need to release it through, or the other way around. You release it through the body. So
Yeah, I want
yeah,
to give props to Tim, who's our one of our SOMA Breath specialists. You may have spoken to him on the phone, some of you. He actually helped me produce this one. He gave me a lot of because he
Okay.
speaks to instructors all the time as well. So he gave me a lot of insight on how to construct this, and this has become the gold standard now, the session. So perfect.
Yeah.
Amazing, brother. Cheers. All right, let's have one more. We got Claire. Wants to share? Hello.
Hi. Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much. You managed to slow my brain down, which is no mean feat. I was one of those people that put my hand up and said, "Hey, it's perimenopause time," and also realizing the kind of undiagnosed neurodiversity that kind of is unleashed on lots of us. So yeah, have definitely been at a point where I was like, the world as I know it felt like it was falling apart, and just you were able so quickly just to take me into a much calmer place and to kind of back to myself in lots of ways, which was fantastic. I think the one bit, and I put in the chat, that the one bit that I really struggled with was the not breathing bit, and just how in a matter of tens of seconds, if that, it wasn't really panic, but it was just my body kind of, it felt like my body was telling me it needed to breathe. Now, whether that it did or not is a different question. So just any tips on, other than probably practice, I tried to just chill with it and go, okay, you can have a breath like you were bringing us back to, and go, and then let's just keep doing this and assuming it would get longer. But any tips on how you build up to that absence would be.
Yeah. So this is what all of our training is about. Our course, like the 21 Day Awakening Journey, is designed to get you holding your breath for like several minutes. We also have the Breathwork course, which also is designed for that. Goes a bit deeper into the holistic practices that we teach. But there's certain reasons why people can't hold their breath that long. First one is purely is psychological. So the fear of holding the breath. As when you breathe out, it's called expiration for a reason. It's like pressing pause. And not everyone wants to press pause on their life. Okay?
Guilty as charged.
But it really is like that. It's embracing what happens on the other side. So the fear of death has a big part to play here, and overcoming that, rewiring that. That can also come from the practice. Second is the physical reasons. So not everyone has very good CO2 tolerance. So CO2 levels rise. CO2 is what tells your brain you need to inhale. So if you find it's hard to hold your breath, sometimes it's because your CO2 tolerance is, the thermometer setting of it has been set too low. So that means that you will feel this incredible suffocation feeling, which comes from low CO2 tolerance, much earlier than you actually need to feel it, if you know what I mean. Like, you have way more oxygen reserves. You can hold your breath for minutes, you'll be fine. But because of that CO2 tolerance, you need to rewire that. So that comes from our other techniques that we teach. We teach a lot of different breathing techniques that help you expand your breath hold time, especially in the Breathwork course. On our app as well, we have many techniques. Our instructors are experts at this, guiding you to do that, so you can always reach out to them. So the other reason could be, so if it's CO2 tolerance is also linked to general fitness and your, like, how good your oxygen reserves already are and your energy efficiency. So this all comes from exercise, like physical exercise. It's one of the best ways to improve your CO2 tolerance. So doing like regular exercise, 20, 30 minutes a day of vigorous exercise will improve that. Also, it comes down to the technique itself. So when you're holding your breath, right, there'll be a point when you start to feel like a twitch in the diaphragm. Now, what you want to do is kind of move with that twitch. If you do like this, and you just shrug your shoulders a bit, swallow, you'll be able to hold your breath for another 10, 15 seconds, even longer. All right? Maybe even longer. So that's another little hack you can test out. But practice is key. Practicing every day. All right?
Super helpful, thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty fit and healthy. I sing, but I also know with lifestyle, midlife fun and games, I've got really low ferritin levels. So I just kind of like, doing
That's
something to
probably
help
something
with
to
that
do.
would be great. Thank you.
Yeah. So as often it's a holistic thing, you need to look at all the different aspects.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, so I think we are almost out of time. Been going almost 3 hours, which is amazing. Time just flew past. And, those of you said that you haven't experienced flow state before. If it felt like that 60 minutes just whizzed past, you just experienced the flow state, right? And that energy can be translated into anything that you do, right? When you find something you're passionate about and you go for it and you get into it, and especially if you get into the groove of it, you'll find that this happens very frequently. You'll be working on something and suddenly the time's gone past. You forgot to eat. You might even forget to sleep sometimes, right? But that's the flow state, okay? And if you've experienced it with this session, you may start to get more clarity now about what it is you want. And now you know what it feels like, how good it is, how cool it is to get into a flow state. You can start finding what are the things that brings you into that state. Because that's a really fun state to live your life in, especially flow zone, all right? So I'm hoping this also inspires you to take care of your physical health, your body, because it's so important to your overall health, your emotional health, your mental health. In SOMA Breath, we're called SOMA Breath. Another reason, SOMA means body in Greek. And, SOMA is your vehicle that carries you around, right? We need to take care of it. So this should inspire you. If you're feeling burnt out, first thing you can do is use our hacks that we teach in our courses, the exercise hacks. Breath Fit's a great course for that, to improve your physical health. And that will affect your mood and your energy levels more than anything. And that will mean that you prevent burnout, but you also more effortlessly find another path. Because burnout is just a symptom of life is trying to course correct you. Okay? Some people get burnt out because they're really passionate about something as well, and they work too hard on something. But the burnout is very uncommon when you're really truly aligned with what you want to do. Burnout happens much more frequently when you're trying to work really hard to do something that's probably out of alignment with your core values, your truth, right? So you need to answer that question. What is your real truth? What is it that makes you flow? What's your flow state? And then everything becomes clear. All right? Okay. Jason, I think we are the end.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's give some love for Niraj for doing an incredible journey for everybody else here, sharing all the wisdom, the stories. Also, a big thank you to Lisa, who was here at the beginning, who really painted a path of her accelerated journey into becoming an instructor, becoming a transformational coach, and going out to do her sessions as well. But let's be honest, I think we had the coolest session with all of you guys here. I love that you're all using the reaction. Again, Niraj, big thank you. And we did mention earlier on that some of you have already been writing in the chat saying like, okay, I want to become an instructor. If that's been something that you have been thinking about doing it, we have a summer sale that's going to be happening right now for those who are booking a call. And so we're going to make sure that our team posts a link into the chat where it's going to take you into a page where you're going to learn more about what our instructor program is all about. And all you need to do is to click apply now. There's a few questions we want to ask, which is very much related to your why. We want to understand why are you looking to become an instructor and how we can support you on that journey to achieve what you're looking to achieve. The calls that you have when you apply are called vision and flow calls. And the reason we call them that is because you're going to have a conversation about understanding what are you looking to achieve? What is your vision? How do we make that more concrete? And if becoming a breathwork instructor with SOMA Breath is part of that vision, then we'll only share what are the steps you can take, what paths you can take, so that we can be a supporter in that goal you want to reach, that vision you want to create for yourself. So you can read more about the programs on the page, all the accreditation, the fact that we've been studied by Cambridge. We've had over 3,900 instructors get certified in the process. And you can see a lot more about what's in the curriculum. But the moment you apply, book a call, we'll send you a syllabus. You're going to watch some videos that are going to give you more details also about what it means to become an instructor. And we have instructors that are changing careers completely, like you've seen Lisa do, and have incredible success very rapidly because a lot of people are seeking out things that work, holistic practices that bring effects very rapidly. And you've just experienced through the breathwork today what breathwork can do. Imagine being able to do that as a career, as a way to inspire your community, work with some new clients, or grow your holistic practice you already have. And so when you apply, please share everything about what your current work is. If you have no experience being an instructor, a holistic coach, that's what we do. We teach so much more than just the journey, but we also teach you how to bring the people together, how to facilitate, how to lead instruct, go into advanced techniques, as well as the business of breath, so you can find your first clients and you can have success as an instructor. If it hasn't been obvious so far, you've probably noticed a lot of our instructors come on these calls. We have some that we love to feature. And because making our instructors successful is the core of what Soma Breath is looking to achieve. And so we find so many ways to be able to support our instructors. We had Julia that actually in Barcelona, we have people asking for Soma Breath to go give journeys. We had our own events happening in London, so we were able to send one of our instructors. So we need more of instructors around the world. People need to learn about this medicine, and we want to do it alongside you. So if you're feeling inspired, you want to take action, then make the application. There's no cost to doing a vision and flow call. We get to actually work with you, get you more information about the programs, and make sure that there is an alignment. And if that alignment is there, we'd love to welcome you in the community. But one thing's for sure, since you've completed the training today and you've had your breath journey, we can officially call you a SOMI. Welcome to the School of Breath with us. We're glad we're able to give you that first experience if that was your first one. And if you are a returning guest, then we're glad that you're back, glad that you're continuing to breathe, and this was an absolute pleasure. As it was mentioned a little earlier, the time has flown by quite fast, and so I will say thank you. Your next step is clear. If you want to become an instructor, you can click on that link and we'll make sure to take it that step. Niraj, I'm going to pass it back to you for some closing words.
Yeah, there was this one person asked if they had a question about the facilitator training. So
Yeah.
I'll just unmute you. Emmy Luna.
Amy, if you want to become a facilitator, just go through the apply now so you can actually get your answers based on exactly what you're looking for. Niraj, they were
Yeah.
asking a specific question because I can't see it right now.
I'm trying to unmute them. They said, "Are you taking questions?" Did you hear my question, Emmy? She just had her hand up as well, but
Oh, okay. I can't see
okay,
it.
looks like they've gone. Okay.
All right, they probably clicked the
But
link.
yeah, all they need to do is anyone who has a question. My question is, do we have access to the music? Okay, of course, we have a whole library of music, pre-made music templates, but the facilitator training has the guidance already baked into it. So you will be holding space. The facilitator training is to facilitate, it's exactly what it's called. You facilitate sessions by holding space for pre-made breathwork journeys. So you don't have to guide over the top, like you don't have to memorize scripts or learn NSP or anything like that. It's the easiest way to get started. Then the next step is to become an actual instructor, right? Where you are guiding people through our different types of sessions with your voice. And the dance element is part of the instructor training. But we do also have it as an option in the facilitator training. If you are confident with getting people to dance a little bit, we have the option there where you can have some music to get people moving and dancing at the beginning. But the breath rave training, which maybe you're referring to, which is the more ecstatic dance style class of SOMA Breath, that is something that is at the moment for our coaches who go all the way through the training. But I am considering making a complete breath rave training of its own for people who just want to do breath raves. Because I love breath raves, and I think that's the thing that's going to really also cross over for the younger audience. So I am working on that behind the scenes. But I hope that answered all your questions.
Awesome. Let's see. People going for breath raves. We know that there's a lot of people that want to create that. So, look, any questions you have, book a call with the team. They're all absolutely lovely. And honestly, we just want to be able to have a conversation with you to see, are you going to be joining a part of our mission to bring healing to the world with the breath, having fun doing it, making breath work cool, making it fun, making partying healthier, making the world just know that there's so much more within our fingertips that we can use using just the breath to get us in the states that we want. So, with that, I believe we're going to call this a close. And so 3 hours have passed. Much love to everyone. Again, since if you have your cameras on, I would say turn them on right now. Get on your camera. We're going to do something really fun that I love to do at the end of these calls. is going to be a gratitude bomb for Niraj. You're all going to get a chance to unmute yourselves so we can send some love. You guys have just went through an incredible journey, incredible learning. Lots of love was shared. So please, you can thank Niraj. You have the opportunity to mute yourself. Go ahead.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
so
thank you.
much.
Thank you, Niraj.
It's good to see you.
Life changing.
Thanks so much.
Love everyone.
Thank you.
Sending love.
Thank you.
Let's go with a bang.
Thank
Impression of your
you.
parents. Thanks.
Thank you, Niraj.
Thank you. Thank you. Breath rave. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank
Go
you.
with one song.
It's like a new idea of kitchen dancing.
Spirit gets me high, gets me high,
Gets me high.
gets me
High.
gets me high, 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 gets me Oh, you get me high. Oh, you get me high. You should know you are a masterpiece, a living tribute to mastery. You're beautiful, it's not hard to see. I'm part of you and you're part of me. Anyone can see that you're priceless. Your flavor full of sweetness and spices. You're so powerful and so righteous. The light you shine is the bright, amazing. A miracle,
Miracle of
Your
life.
fire blazing. Your energy's divine. You are amazing. I have to tell you twice. Creation. This spirit gets me high. Gets me high. Gets me high. Gets me high. Oh, you get me high. Oh, you get me high. I can touch the sky. Oh, you get me so high. Oh, you get me high. Oh, you get me high. You're made from the stars, and you've come so far. I wanna be where you are. Such a work of art. When I'm with you, it's a celebration. You always have my appreciation. Your body, mind, and conversation. Your spirit flies and it's so amazing. Gets me high. Gets me high. Gets me high. Gets me high. You are amazing.
Yeah.
A miracle of life. Your fire blazing. Your fire blazing.
Amazing.
Your energy's divine.
We survive.
You are amazing. I have to tell you twice. What a creation.
Like a tiger race.
Your spirit gets me high. You are amazing. Your fire blazing. Your energy is divine.
Send some love to Monica, customer support, taking care of all of you guys, making sure you have all the right links. We love you, Monica. Thank you.
Yeah! It's a hit. It's a hit. It's a hit. So
You are
breath
amazing.
amazing. Love you all.
Thank
You're the best.
Crazy. Thank
I
you
think
so much. I went
a
for
breath
3 months,
rave.
suddenly there was a party.
A
I
cyber
think a
breath
breath rave is overdue, Jason. We're gonna have to organise a breath rave.
I used to host
Honestly,
solo rave.
I have
Niraj.
this idea. Niraj, I haven't told you this, but I have this idea that we need to do a Breathe Together Sunday, but nobody's allowed to join it alone. So if you want to be able to join, you have to have a group of people with you, so everyone
Yes.
can have their little
We
breath
go on
rave.
the street and
Love
pick
it.
someone.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Double breath rave. I
So
love it.
there's gonna be something coming up. We're
Brilliant,
gonna
bring it
talk
on,
about
I
it.
bring
It's
like
gonna be
it. Let's
epic.
do it.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Much
Much
love,
love,
Take
everyone.
care, everyone. À prochaine.
Peace.
I'll
Salut.
drop your line later. See you guys. Bye.
Yeah. Peace.
Yeah,
Cheers.
that's